Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the High Stakes Fantasy Network. I'm your host, Greg Ambrosius, and once again, I'm interviewing a 2025 NFBC National Champion on NFBC Champions Podcast Week. I've done 3 interviews already, and you can find all of them on our High Stakes Fantasy Network YouTube channel. My next guest is Zach Waxman, the winner of two NFBC national titles in 2025. Zach won the 2025 NFBC Gladiator Championship and the NFBC Best Ball Championship. That's pretty damn incredible. Zach, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Greg. I'm always thinking about you, so I was able to get you to fit all 5 people in 1 week because all I had to do was win two titles. So I did that for you.
Well, you're the only one that won 2 last year, so let's talk about it. First of all, congrats on winning 2 NFBC Best Ball titles. We'll talk about each one in a bit. But now you have won 3 NFBC national titles. You won our NFBC Online Auction Championship in that debut year of 2021. How does that sound? How does it feel to be in rare company with 3 NFBC national titles?
Well, I wouldn't really call it company because I'm not in the stratosphere. Who is it? Like Posma, and you had Tommy in before, and Lindy. Like
those 3,
these are just like these are Gladiator best balls. As much as I do like to talk trash, and it is cool, but I don't think I'm in that company yet. I aspire to be there though. That's my goal.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, again, you won against 1,950 teams, another one against 800. So it's still pretty good. You're right. It's best ball, but hey, someone's got to win them. And you won. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, let's just go one step further. Let's talk about the fact that you won our debut NFFC Gladiator Championship national title this year. Okay, so that's something nobody's ever done before. You won the same contest, the overall title, in 2 different sports. That was against 1,300 plus teams. So talk about dominating this fun little gladiator contest.
It's pretty crazy, the football and the baseball, though. I was not expecting that to happen. But the football, I don't consume content for football. I don't listen to podcasts. I don't subscribe to anything. So I was just sort of marching the beat of my own drum for football. And I'm seeing the Gladiators, and not that we want to talk about football too much, but like those elite quarterbacks are just pushed up like crazy.
Yeah.
And it was just, I don't know if I got lucky, but I'm like, I don't think this really, there's not really any analytics you can use for football. So I just use logic. I'm like, this doesn't really make sense. Just ended up with a bunch of teams with a bunch of elite players like in the first couple of rounds. And I don't know, it just worked out. Just looking at sort of like from a baseball lens, like look at replacement value and building backwards, I can get my second QB in the last round or my last pick, and they're all basically the same in my opinion. So I'll just wait on quarterback more than most, and it worked out for football.
Absolutely. You waited on quarterbacks. We're not going to talk about football much, but we will when it comes to football season. You got like the last quarterback, the 24th quarterback, and most people were trying to get 2 of them in the first 3 rounds. So we'll talk about that. But let's talk about the NFBC Gladiator Championship first, because I love the history of this contest. I really do. And I know this was created by our customers, and you were kind of involved with it. I honestly don't know the entire story of how the Gladiator came about. I didn't come up with it. This was a contest devised by our customers, brought to me, and I'm like, I like that idea. So tell me, I mean, I know there were a couple other guys you were kicking this around with. Talk about the history of how this got started in 2023, I believe it was.
Right. So baseball Gladiator, this was my idea because I'm in tons of leagues and I can't keep up with the lineup setting. It's very well, I can, but it's difficult.
Yep.
So I said, we had a call on the Friday night. We had it from time to time. You got your DuPont, Fish, Geldy, Dom, and we pitched it to the NFBC. And I said, crazy idea, DC, but no lineups, just 23 rounds. Like take it or leave it. Strongest survive, and they ran with it. And credit DuPont. DuPont named it the Gladiator. I believe he came up with that, but it was sort of all of us. But I'm the one in so many leagues that it was sort of a selfish ask on my end. And it's sort of taken off for NFBC, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's sold out the last 3 years. We started out 1,800 teams in 1950, 2,100 teams this year. We'll grow it probably to 2,250 next year as well. So the idea of the Gladiator is you draft 23 starters, and that's it. So talk about best ball. No, they're all scoring for all 6 months. It's a marathon. that's why the Gladiator is the perfect name. If it's DuPont, I owe him a beer for that one because it's the perfect name, right? You have to stay healthy, but you have to also have good players. So it's a fantastic concept. And if it was by you, along with DuPont and Fish and anybody else, Dom, kudos to all you guys because I think it's really great. I think it will continue to grow, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we got them all done before January 1st this year, too. So think about that. 2,100 teams, 140 leagues, I believe that was, or 150 leagues, all done by December 31st. So it was great. All right. So when building out a Gladiator roster, do you tend to draft a lot of reliable hitters early, lay off pitching, or is it the other way around? Do you get aces? Do you get the pitchers? Do you get the closers and then find hitters later? What's the perfect formula?
I think it depends on the year. Last year, I attacked starting pitcher a lot early, but this year I didn't because it's just where I want to where I think the pitching values are, and where that last year I thought the hitting values in the later rounds were more appealing, and this year I think it's sort of vice versa. But I really just don't want to have too many ratio killers in pitching. So I just want to find out where I want to target the pitchers that aren't going to blow up my ratios.
Mm-hmm. And so in this one, you did go after pitchers early, didn't you?
No, this year,
Yeah.
no. I was sort of this year in 2026, I've
Okay.
taken my foot off the gas in terms of getting early pitchers versus
Yeah.
what I did last year.
Yeah, that's what you did last year was what I was saying, basically, but you're right. Okay, we'll talk about that in a little bit. How do you handle saves in a Gladiator Championship? I mean, like this year, half the teams really haven't named their closers. So how do you attack that in November and December when you only have 23 roster spots?
Well, that's why the saves. That's why the saves or relief pitchers are so expensive in these Gladiators, because you know that like your Jordan Leisure is going to get screwed. Robert Suarez is going to have Iglesias signed. So not everyone is like John Fish, the GOAT of closer specs. It's sort of like QBs in football. Like, do you fade the crowd or do you lead into it? But I think in this case, the prize structure is structured in a way where you have to sort of lean into getting the saves. So I think you need to get like at least one stud closer, because if you're getting one, and then even like a Griffin Jacks afterwards, say down the range, say he's like a 50% shot. If you're starting with Griffin Jacks and he's a 50% shot of saves, you're getting two other guys at least after that are 25. Like, you're looking at best case, like you're middle of the pack, and you're entering these things to win the overall.
Yeah.
And take it another step further, you're taking three specs, like not like total specs, but say guys that are 25% chance of getting saves. Simple math, 25. You're 1.5% chance of all three of them hitting.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen. So that's why the closers are priced up. I think you got to lean into it.
Yeah, definitely. And then, like you say, if you're taking three potential relief pitchers or closers, that gives you 6 starting pitchers, and that hurts you there too. And especially when each category is worth 2,100 points. I mean, you just can't swing and miss on any one of those, right?
Yeah, I took 3 in that winning team last year.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's why. I don't think that's what helped me win it.
Yeah.
I took Hoffman in round 20. We'll get into it because he just fell so far and he hadn't signed yet, and I felt it was a good deal.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I looked into it, and Hoffman was actually my most valuable. I had Duran and Munoz, and then I had Hoffman as well. And Hoffman was my most valuable reliever because he got 9 wins.
Yeah.
So even if I had like 100 saves on that team, I crushed the numbers. Even if I lost 25 saves off my team, I would still have won the contest.
Yeah.
Just because there's diminishing returns to having those 3 relievers. And I see a lot of people are going with the 3 relief pitcher build this year. Maybe they're looking at the winning team from last year and seeing what I did, but I do not think that's why I won the league, is having the 3 relief pitchers. It's sort of a happenstance.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. I found it interesting that you won this title from the 14th spot. You were the only one in the top 20 overall who drafted from the 11th spot down. Any idea why that was in the Gladiators? I mean, it almost seemed like the back end of the draft was good in 15-team drafts last year.
Well, I was the only one drafting there in a Rasball league that all the Rasball participants joined. So they draft differently, and I was able to get Scooble, DeGrom, and Sale in round 2, 3, 4, which was not a permutation of players that were, I guess, common in the contest. I don't want to say it's a soft league, but I do want to say it was a soft league, and I was able to get some players that you wouldn't normally get in like the other leagues that I joined, and I was in a lot of leagues, and I noticed. This was, I would send it to like DuPont and Fish and Dom. I'd be sending them screenshots of this draft as it was going on. I'm like, this one could be a good one. Just given like all the values that I got in this contest, like closers get pushed up as we know, and catchers get pushed up as we know. And I think you're going to get into it, but I was able to get Duran and Munoz in rounds 5 and 6. Yeah, rounds 5 and 6, which is unheard of in this contest. So I was very fortunate that came back around to me. And I also got Wilson Contreras, who was pretty hyped up, thanks Dom, last year in round 7, which was at the end of round 7, which was not typical at all. So I was able to do that. And that's probably why I was able to do well at the back end, because I was getting players in the back end that were normally in the front end.
Yeah, let's take a look at this roster. Again, this is from the Gladiator Championship, 15 rounds, 15 teams, 23 rounds. Started at number 14, Fernando Tatis Jr. Okay, he was going there. Tariq Skubal in round 2, Chris Sale in round 3. Then you got DeGrom in round 4. I'm talking about the pitchers again. Then Munoz in round 5 and Duran in round 6. I mean, that's 5 pitchers in 6 rounds. This is last year. It was the foundation for this championship title, but an interesting start that's the way you went. Did you just
I don't know, like those weren't max picks, but like you don't often see Munoz and Duran at the end of round 5 and on the 5-6 turn. That's just it was rare. I was lucky to get that. And then I think you're going to ask me about like what happened after that. I was able to get like Contreras, and then in round 8 and 9 I got Caminero and PCA, which is just like they're not core building blocks for your structure of your team, but those are luxuries that I really wanted. So I was able to get those luxuries in round 8 and 9. Like in that draft, Mark Vientos went in round 5. Thanks, Rasball. Mark Vientos went in round 6. Thank you to Rasball. And I was able to get Junior Caminero in round 8. So when you see like a dichotomy or discrepancy like that, then that's going to be huge for your team.
Yep, absolutely. So again, you were behind in hitting because you took 5 out of 6 pitchers, but then you got Contreras in round 7, Caminero in round 8, Pete Crow Armstrong in round 9. I mean, that's like getting first and second rounders there, and all of a sudden you're back up into power speed categories. Let's talk about some of the other nice finds you got. Nico Horner in round 14, Trevor Story in round 16, Joe Adell. I mean, didn't see that one coming, but nice power from him in round 19. Like you said, Jeff Hoffman. Nice pick at 22, round 22. And then your last pick, Chris Bubich. Nice job. Talk about those values.
Well, yeah, Adell was my most owned player. I don't even know if I would say this, but I had over 100 shares of Joe Adell last year on my teams on your website.
Wow.
And Bubik, he was drafted in 25% of Gladiators, so he was more often than not even drafted in these contests. Right. But and because his role, this was in December, his role wasn't very clear. It wasn't as clear, but I liked him, and you got to have some cojones sometimes in these leagues, and I took him. I liked him. I took him on a bunch of teams, and he worked out. Even though he got injured, we talked about health. He got injured halfway, but just over halfway through the season. But still very valuable.
You talk about health. You need health in this game, right? And I mean, that's kind of a luck factor, or is that something that you can? I mean, you got younger guys like PCA, right, and Caminero. Okay, the chances of them getting hurt are probably a little less than a veteran. So talk about the health aspect of the Gladiator. You got to stay in the ring, right?
Health is
just draft accordingly.
Yeah, health is just a subset of playing time. You're trying to solve for playing time in these, and health is just a part of that. And same, like I think this team was not a very healthy team. Like we're gonna get into it. Like Tyler O'Neill, Lewis, Lodolo, Rocker died. Bubik died halfway, and you didn't like Chris Sale. Chris Sale lost a huge amount of time on the IL. It's not just the health. It's like I had Goldschmidt. He was good because of the average, but he lost playing time. I had Christopher Morel, got a lot less playing time than I expected him to. So I had health issues, and I had also playing time issues.
Well, with 23 and the whole season long, I mean, that's going to come to effect, but you were healthier than most people. But you're right. Royce Lewis, certainly right out of the gate. Tyler O'Neill, Nick Lodolo. I mean, those guys got hurt, but they put up some numbers for you when they were healthy. And so that was good. All right. For the record, you won the $10,000 grand prize. You won 10 Gladiator Championship League titles. You won 2 All-Star Break Gladiator League titles. So I'll give you 12 for that one. All of this year's Gladiator Leagues were done before New Year's Day. Again, talk about it. Do you feel like you got some winners? Did you draft differently this year? I know you did a bunch of them.
Yeah. Shockingly, I started to do better in these Gladiators when I stopped drafting Trevor Bauer on my teams because he was not very useful on those 2023 and 2024 Gladiator contests. But man, like I did 54 of them and got the guys I liked, reigning champion, and I got 54 entries. So like I got to be the prohibitive favorite on Steve O'Swervy's betting list right now. But there was no Razzball League this year, so maybe I won't. I don't know.
All right, Yance wants to know if you can get in a Gladiator tonight. The answer is no. These are all done, but you can get in a Gladiator Football League pretty soon. So Gecko has a question for you here. Is this the year you're going to win the main event, you think?
This is your Zach Waxman. You know what? I was thinking about this. I think this might be the year that Gecko does.
You think so?
Maybe. Yeah, because you know what? You see, like, I was looking at the overall winners, and you're looking at, okay, Mager won it, Weimer won the DC, and Olsen finally won it. And you see these guys, they were like, you look at it, they were like second, third. They were just on the brink all these years. And Gecko's a Hall of Famer, and could be his year. I'm gonna either him or Tony DiVincenzo. One of those two guys those are my picks for the.
Well, Gecko's won 3 NFFC national titles, but none in the NFBC. So we'll talk about that on Saturday, Mark. Don't worry, we'll talk about your due for one here. Let me give you one more here. You taking closers in the second round or not this year? So when we're talking about 15-team main events, especially or main events, when we get to Las Vegas and they start, the yellow stickers are going up. They're already pretty high for the closers. What do you think closers start going when we get to the main event season?
Probably a little bit cheaper.
Cheaper?
Yeah, and then we're talking about Gladiators.
Well, I mean, where they're going right now, whether it's the 12-teamers or the DCs, they seem to be going middle of the second round, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go as high in advance. I think because of Fab, right?
Yeah, possible, but we'll see. I mean, those top 6 seem to be going pretty good. All right, let's talk about your Best Ball Championship title. You won $12,000 in that one. This was also the 3rd year for that national championship. We had 804 teams. These are 12-team, 46-round drafts. We use a point scoring system, so much different than the 15-team 5x5 Roto Gladiator Leagues. What's the basic strategy to building these winning teams in the Best Ball 12-team format?
Just bats. You got to go bats.
Yeah. So at 46 rounds, how many bats do you have and how many pitchers do you have?
You're looking at like 19 to 21 pitchers, rest bats.
Mm-hmm. So about 25 hitters. So what do you do in the DCs, the 15 teamers, 50 rounds?
Yeah, you're looking at a couple more pitchers than that because you got 4 more rounds.
Yeah, so
4 pitchers probably.
22, 23.
Yeah.
All right, let's this championship best ball team you drafted on the final night of the drafting season. That was March 26th. I believe you told me you were doing a couple at a time or something like that.
Yeah, I was actually doing my CLQ DC during the same time I was doing the best ball that I ended up winning.
Wow, you waited that long on your DC CLQ, huh? Interesting. All right, so you drafted 4th in this league. You started with Aaron Judge, Kettle Marte, and Tariq Skubal. That's a great start, but man, Skubal should have gone ahead of Marte, don't you think?
No.
No?
Like I said, bats.
After
top bats are going to get you 800 points. Top pitchers are going to get you 600 points.
Yeah. All right, speaking of top bats, what did Cal Raleigh get you? You took him in round 4, and then you got Caminero in round 5. I mean, obviously those were home run picks, but just talk about those guys. I'm sure you didn't expect what they had, although Caminero was in that bandbox, wasn't he?
No, I didn't expect them to be that good, of course. But like catchers get a premium. Hitters get a premium, but catchers get an even bigger premium in the best ball. So I'm actually looking back at him, surprised I took Cal Raleigh so high because I didn't like him that much. I guess it must have been sometimes you just get lucky because I liked Wilson Contreras more, so he must have gone first. That same thing happened in my main event last year. That I wanted Contreras, he went, and Raleigh sort of fell to me by luck. I think that probably happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. Didn't expect the stolen bases, that's for sure. I don't think anybody expected 60 home runs. What did he score in our point system? I don't even know, to be truthful, but it had to be a lot. Oh, well. All right, your second pitcher was Yamamoto in round 8. Then you grab Spencer Schwellenbach in round 9. You know, talk about the pitching build. Like you say, the hitters are the ones that, you know, get the big points. But you do need 9 pitchers, don't you?
Yeah. Well, you like at least 9. You need like 20 of them.
Yeah. So talk about how you build the pitching staff in this format than the best ball.
The best ball format, you see the pitchers go a lot later because everyone knows that they're not going to get you as many points relatively. So like your SP2, SP3s, instead of going around 4 or 5, you're going to see them go after your like round 9, 10 guys in the best ball. So it's a completely different game we're talking here. So
yeah.
you're just trying to really focus on the bats and just keep track of your pitching inventory that's left on the table and making sure the inventory doesn't run out before you get some. But really, the focus is on the bats.
Yeah. Yeah. In this scoring system, I mean, it's not 5x5 roto, so you don't even need a closer at all. You took Hoffman in round 20. He was your only one. You know, some people like the closers in this best ball because they get you 20 a week, kind of. But you don't need them. That's for sure. And you certainly didn't need to have them here, although you got Hoffman, who certainly helped you out with a good bargain in round 20.
No, closers are not a prerequisite in these best balls because you're not like there's nothing to punt. Like you can't punt anything in best balls, so closers generally get moved down because you don't need saves, and the closer roles are generally more volatile. So after the first elite couple go off the board, really there's not a rush on the other ones. And in some rooms you can get a really good value, and they're still usable in this format. But there's not any runs because there's no prerequisite for saves. It just a point is a point.
Right. I mean, they're consistent, like I say, but yeah, you definitely don't need them at all. All right. You had Joe Adell in round 19. Okay. 100 shares of him. He's got one on this team. Jacob Wilson in round 21. Ben Rice in round 28. Let me ask you about Ben Rice. I mean, man, he's been going up in like the 4th round this year because, of course, he's got catcher eligibility. But then they did sign Goldschmidt again. What are your thoughts on Rice this year?
Rice, he's going to be a huge sheep helium pick this year. Everyone's going to see that everyone else is pushing him up, and he'll be like a 2nd round pick in the main event. I've seen him in the 2nd round before.
Really? Wow, yeah. I haven't seen that. But,
I was in a DC recently. He went in round 2. That was before the Goldschmidt signing, but I think people are going to get less worried about that as time goes on. I think it's sort of like a temporary thing where people are like, oh, better pump the brakes on Rice, and then back in the main events, people are going to look at a StatCast page and they're going to love him again.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, I think he's got helium already. But if he's got more coming, we'll see for sure. All right. You had a good year in auctions as well. You won 1,600 Las Vegas Auction Championship League title. You finished 11th overall. You won 3 online auction championship league titles, finished 6th overall. I mean, those are obviously fab leagues, so we're talking about that for our time. What's the winning strategy in auctions, or is every auction just completely different?
All the auctions are different, and then even when you get to Vegas, the landscape changes. So it's really about adapting. I like them more. I've had a little bit more success in auctions than I have in the snake drafts. I think it's because in snakes, everyone can sort of get saved by ADP and their draft guides, and people just sort of copy what others can do. I think there's less copying. I think there's more chaos in an auction, and teams you can really lose some teams in the dust in some auctions. Not to say that I'm like one of the best, but I'm saying like the bottom half of auctions are tending to be a lot worse than the bottom half of snakes because you can really screw them up if you try. So it's a matter of just having the experience and doing a lot of them. And I think doing a lot of them can like doing a lot of the old auction really help you for the live events in Vegas.
Yeah. I love the live auctions in Vegas, no doubt about that. We should have 9 full leagues there, not counting the Diamond or the Ultimate, if we can fill those 2. So lots of auctions in Las Vegas. All right. You also won a Las Vegas Main Event League title last year. You finished 42nd overall in that contest. I mean, is that the holy grail? If you're going to win one title, is that the one you want to win?
Well, first, Greg, like, you see what happened? You did the randomizer for Vegas. and I win my league. Simple,
Did
right?
you? Did
Yeah.
you? Well, you were in a couple
Um,
of them. Oh yeah, that with the randomizer was the only one. Okay, well there you go.
can I do more than one league? Can I do more than one of those tables at once this year?
No, no,
No,
no, no.
only one at a time.
One at a time.
All right. Okay.
120 unique people there.
Fair enough. I don't think the main event's a holy grail. I think the auction championship is. I think just the auction is like the Rolls Royce of fantasy baseball. And I know that there is like less, the field's smaller, but the field's smaller in the main event than there is in the OC, and the main event's universally thought of as more prestigious than the OC. So why not? I think if I were to win any title, I guess, well, there's money involved. So I don't know if maybe I want to rephrase this, but I think the most prestigious, I guess, if you ignore the money, it would be the auction championship. That's what I'd want.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I mean, we have a 14 team super auction in football, and I remember guys were saying, "You win that one, you should be in the Hall of Fame." That's so hard. So these 15 teamers are also hard. So good stuff. All right, let's do a little history on you. You joined the NFBC in 2019. Do you remember how you first heard of us or how you jumped in?
I think I found it like on the Roto World forums. I used to like just scour those forums for like leagues and play on Yahoo. And I think I just found it there. And I'm like, okay, I see the draft champions format. I'm like, this is cool. So I think I just found it on the internet somehow.
Yeah. So when did you start playing fantasy baseball, and how did you get involved in that?
A long time before that. Like I said, I've been scouring the Yahoo forums with playing with Mike Kurland on these Yahoo leagues. I remember you can have 8 accounts per 8 leagues per account. So I had 3 Yahoo accounts because I couldn't fit all my leagues in one account. And then you thought Fab was a nightmare for me here. Not only it was first come first serve daily Fab. Plus I did like change between accounts as well. So it was like, that's why I'm like, this Fab's nothing compared to the Yahoo shit.
Yeah, first come, first serve. I don't think we'll see that in money leagues. That's for sure. So, all right. So when you joined, you did 2019. You did mostly Draft Champions League. Then you jumped into the Sprint main event in 2020. That was, of course, the COVID year. You didn't win any league titles the first 2 years. Do you think there was a transition? Do you think people have a transition the first couple of years to the 15-team format?
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not a question from Yancey about transitions. But yeah, I think there's massive there's a massive learning curve with the NFBC. Like I think it's like, first of all, it's weekly, not daily, and just you're used to being able to just sort of take risks in like the other formats, and if your prospects don't pan out, you'll still win because half the league is just checked out, sort of like the TGFBI or whatever, right? Yeah. So you don't really have to get the counting stats that you need in the NFBC because everyone's just scouring the waiver wire for these counting stats, and like $200,000 depends on it, which is true. So it's a lot more difficult to win these leagues, and I found that out the hard way. I jumped in the first main event that I did, and Gecko was in it, Phil Dussault, Rob Silver, all 3 of those guys were in there, and I didn't know who any of them were. So I just come like, I did good in my leagues, I'm going to win this league. And man, they were just, it was not good. I think I drafted in my first main event, I drafted Spencer Howard, Mackenzie Gore, and Nate Pearson, as in my starting staff. I'm like, if they don't hit, I'll just get something off the waivers. Guess what? None of them did anything. And I couldn't find anything on the waivers because Phil, Mark, and Rob were just running circles around me. So yeah, it's a huge, massive learning curve. It's still a learning curve for me.
Yeah. That's good. Here, let me go to a couple of questions we got on here. Any special strategy for the RotoWire Online Championship? So you building with early pitchers or waiting? Premium closer early or later?
Premium closer early. I like one for RotoWire Online. I like one premium closer. Generally, hitting is at a little bit more of a premium in the RotoWire Online. So that's what I've seen. In general, I kind of agree with that. You sort of have to go with what the ADP is giving you.
Yep. One more. Do you have an overall Fab strategy? I mean, Fab is so important, and we talk about it all. You can't win without being good at Fab, but it's such a grind. You got lots of teams. Is Fab a pain in the ass, or is it fun to look for diamonds?
It's fun, but a pain because there's so many leagues. An overall FAB strategy. I don't even know how to answer that question. Like,
Yeah.
what is the overall FAB strategy? Yeah, I don't know. Overall, don't run out of it and buy the good players.
Yeah, I mean, you could say
it.
without a doubt, you got to manage your money, right? I mean, some
Yeah.
people are out of money before August 1st, and you just can't possibly do that, right?
Don't waste your money on bad players. Don't buy. Here's an overall. Don't buy a Colorado Rockies pitcher for over $10.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. All right, let's talk about 2021 because that was the year you really had some success. You won the online auction championship league title. You won the overall title. I mean, okay, like you said, you got beat up in 2020. You learned a lot of lessons. All of a sudden, 2021, not only you win an overall title, we're bringing you to Las Vegas. We're handing you a plaque. You're getting up there on the stage of champions. Talk about the year of transition there for you.
2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it just sort of clicked in 2021. Like I remember getting a Dallas Garcia on every team in FAB and Tyler O'Neill. I remember those guys specifically, and yeah, just what you realize that all the mistakes you made before, like the ones I was talking about, the things you can't do in the NFBC, and it's very like all these fantasy leagues, whether it's NFBC or your home league, they're all very format specific. So you just learn, it's a learning curve, and sometimes it just clicks at some point. And like I've had bad years since 2021. Like not all my years are good. Like I've had bad years. I don't remember, but I had a good year this year. I had a good year in 2021, but I think there's been bad ones in between.
So talk about 2022 when you came out to Las Vegas. Had you met any of the guys, like you said, Phil? I mean, now you know Fish and you know Jaldi, all these guys. Had you met them before? Or was this the first time you met them? And what was it like coming out there that year?
Yeah, that was the first time I met anyone. I didn't know if anyone was going to even want to like hang out with me at all. Like I thought maybe like I'd be like just myself and just drafting, but no, it was great. Met a lot of good friends, a lot of cool people. I'd like to see Yancey come out there next year or this year. It'd be nice to see him too. Yeah, no, I'm surprised. I'm surprised how good of friendships I've made out there in Vegas. So it's something I look forward to every year. It's awesome. Like I think you do a top-notch job. It's just like 5 stars. I love it. That's all. What can I say? There's nothing else to say. I love it. I love it out there. It's a ton of fun. And the auctions, the live auctions, you don't beat that. Those are the best. Like I'm going to enter every time slot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's they're filling fast for sure. I mean, the Friday's already filled, and Thursday we only got 1 spot left. So
yeah, it's promotional. Get in the auction. If you're listening to this, I don't know who's listening. Go to Fly to Vegas. Get one of these auctions. You don't beat it. Get in the ultimate auction. $5,000. It's worth it. The $5,000 would be worth it for the fun. You could lose, and it's worth $5,000.
I'm all for that. But yeah, I think the Rio is going to be good. And who knows what next year is going to be. I mean, I'm not trying to be a pessimist, but it sure doesn't sound like they're going to just come together and sing Kumbaya and we're going to be back where we are right now. I think this thing's going right up into the start of the season next year. What do you think?
Oh, the lockout potentially?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm no expert on that, but it seems like it could be dicey. We've lived through this before too. We've navigated uncertainty starting the season, COVID, and I think there was another potential lockout. In
2022 was the lockout actually when you came there. It was we were at the Bellagio, but they settled like a week and a half beforehand, and I already had all the space and everything paid for. That thing aged me in dog years. So did 2020, but 2022 was a rough one. Let's hope we don't get into that, but we'll see. But come on out this year because we don't know what's going to happen next year. All right, just going to ask you, you do a lot of volume now. Are you chasing national titles? Are you trying to turn a profit every year? Obviously both, but really what's the measuring stick for a good year for you?
I want the titles. I love this hobby. So I want to not lose the amount of money where I can't play anymore. So no, I can't join the diamond auction because I don't want to kill my bankroll, but I want to make enough money to continue playing. And I don't care about my cash rate in these leagues. I want to, like, you play in the NFBC. Look how top heavy these payouts are for the titles. That's what you want. You want to chase the overall. So you want to, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, everybody wants the money, but the titles are what we're looking for. So you started a Draft Champions podcast way back, not way back, but like 21 or something like that. There's a
Yeah.
lot of NFBC centric podcasts, and I mean, it's great advertising for us, but it's good content for a lot of you guys. Talk about the podcast business and why you're doing it. Are you just trying to interview guys, or what's the goal there?
Yeah, I think it's fun. First of all, you get to goof around, make some jokes, and you get to talk to a lot of people that you otherwise wouldn't get to talk to. Like I don't make any money off it. It's just a
Yeah,
completely free
right.
thing that I do. If it gives me a voice to see if I think something should change, I'll say it. But like mainly you get to talk to people that like who I just had on Phil. Like Phil's a friend of mine. Like I can text him if I want to too. But they got Phil, Cerebro have been on the podcast recently. I got to meet Mark Winoker, who's been amazing, and got to become friends with him. Like these things wouldn't have really happened if not. Like maybe they would have, but it's just a lot easier, and you get to talk to a lot of smart people, and you
Yeah,
get to hear a lot of things that you wouldn't normally get to hear if you didn't have it. So
yeah.
I'm sort of why you do it is sort of evolved over time, and right now I'm sort of doing it. How it benefits me now is I get to talk to a lot of smart people and make a lot of friends that I wouldn't normally
Hmm.
potentially not.
Yep. Yep. No, I love it. I mean, I love all the NFBC centric podcasts. Everybody's doing a great job on that. Let's throw one more question at you. So, are you using your own projections? Are you using other sources, sites? What do you do? A lot of guys do their own projections.
No, I don't do my own projections. Like I'll dig into some, I'll get into the weeds at times, but no, none of my own projections.
Yeah.
Um, I use ATC, Ariel
Hmm.
Cohen's projections. I'll use
There you
those,
go.
and I'll sort of just use those to track my stats as I'm doing a draft and make sure I'm hitting all the targets I want to be at.
All right.
But
Let's finish up by talking about what you're seeing right now. Obviously, you've done a lot of drafts since November. Seeing any trends? I know we've talked about closers going pretty high, starting pitchers going later. We only have three going in the first round. Do you think that's going to stay the same when we get to Las Vegas? What you seeing so far that you can tell people?
um, I think yeah, no, I think the close. Sorry, not closers. I think the pitchers are going to move up.
Yeah.
Um, no doubt. Um, I think you'll see Yamamoto in the first round. I
Mm.
think you'll see who else is there. You might even see Christopher Sanchez in the first round. I think.
Yeah. Somebody was just talking about that this week, I think,
I
is the
think
boys.
yeah, no, Christopher. Like, you got Derek Carty with the eyeballs on him. I think Sanchez will have a min pick of like 12 in the main event.
All right. Good
Yeah,
prediction.
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll look for that trend. Let me ask you about KDS preferences. Right now, obviously, you're all over trying to test everything, but let's say we had the main event Saturday right now given to you. What would be your KDS preferences?
I'd probably just put it straight,
Okay.
like 1 through 15, because what I'm seeing, like I was just in an online championship yesterday or the day before. Otani went number 3. You never know
Really?
what people are going to.
Hmm.
You never know what people are going to do. There's so many good
Yeah.
players that I want to target in the first round that I said, oh well, if I switched my 8 with a 7, and then somebody falls to 7, I'm just going to be kicking myself.
Yeah.
I just want to get the best. I want to get my top choice in the first round. Not going to mess around with that, and
Hmm.
then you never know what's going to happen. You never.
Yeah.
It's like you're not playing against a computer. You're playing against people that are going to make crazy decisions sometimes.
And same for 12 team leagues, then you're staying 1 to 12?
Yep, definitely. Even more.
Okay.
Even more. Yeah.
Even more? Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Talk about ADPs. I mean, obviously, they're a big part of everybody's prep and such like that. How do you use them? Are they important? What about it?
Yeah. ADP is like it's like GPS in traffic. Like
Yeah.
if you follow it blindly, you're just going to end up with everyone else bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
If you ignore it, you're going to get lost. But you got it. You got the sharp things to do is see where it's going, and sort of take the side streets where you think you know better,
Yep.
and use it to your advantage.
Yeah, it's just a roadmap. You don't have to follow it, that's for sure. But breaking it down by the last week results and stuff like that is very helpful. So we're glad to be able to provide that free. You can find it at playnfbc.com/ADP. Get it if you can. All right, you're going to be back in Vegas this year, so we'll see you in the main event, the auctions, like you said. maybe even the Midnight Madness or the Friday Night Party. Come on up if you want. So we'll also be calling you up to the stage of champions with all of our other national champions and Hall of Famers. So best of luck in 2026. I'll buy you the first round of drinks out in Las Vegas. How does that sound?
Greg, I'll drink your Corona during the auctions, and I'll buy you the drinks at the center bar. How about that?
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. And we are going to the center bar. It's a real nice one at the Rio. So we're going to have some fun there. So, all right. I'll take you up on that one. All right.
All right.
Okay. That's a wrap on this NFBC Champions podcast. But join me tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Todd Hoppy will join me. Todd won our NFBC main event title in 2025. He became our 21st different main event champion in 22 years. Only Lindy, baby, has won it twice. This should be a lot of fun. So come on and join us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks for joining us tonight, all, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for joining us on the High Stakes Fantasy Network podcast. To get in the game, go to playnfc.com.